A very warm welcome, our viewers, this edition of the Business Forum. I am your host, Felix Sadupa. This is Business Forum, where business matters. We are still looking into roles of professional in construction industry. We have seen a lot of professionals here. Today, we have our people that matters a lot in this construction industry. This is the manufacturers. And I have my guest right here in the studio. I have Mr. Rakesh Rao, the CEO of Crown Paint Kenya Limited.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I have my resident guest, Mr. ALfred Aluvalaa, the CEO of Miradi Consultant. He's also a quantity surveyor. You're mostly welcome.
Thank you very much, Felix.
My viewers, we are going to discuss the roles of manufacturers in the building industry. Remember to send in your comment. Remember to send in your questions. Our Facebook page at Up Channel Kenya. You can also text us on our SMS number appearing right there on your screen. You can also join us on Twitter at Up Channel Kenya. The hashtag is the Business Forum. You can also WhatsApp us. The number is appearing right there on your screen, and we shall be sampling some of your comment during the end of this Business Forum. Remember to send him where you are watching us from and where you are texting us from. We shall be sampling all your questions and your comment. Back to my guest. Well, I will start with Mr. Rakesh Rao, the Group CEO of Crown Paint Kenya Limited. They said if you like it,
Crown it.
you crown it.
Yes.
And I know today you are going to crown it.
Sure.
I want you to tell us, kindly inform our viewers, who do you work for, what do you produce, and what is saddling paint generally?
No. See, Crown Paints is listed companies on Nairobi Stock Exchange, and we've been established since 1958. We are more than here for 60 years now. We produce paints, varnishes, automotive paints, road marking paints. Basically, we produce a coating which can protect the surface for building, for interior and exterior.
Yes.
And our products being used by most of the contractors, professionals, and many users to protect their walls and surfaces in building industries.
Yes.
Yeah.
ALfred Aluvalaa.
Yes.
How many paints companies, as a quantity surveyor, I know you have done a lot of survey because your job is about doing survey for the construction industry. How many companies are in Kenya here? The paint company, and how do you find them?
Thank you, Felix, for that question. We have very many paint companies,
Yes.
In this country, but I think we have got about 5 to 10 prominent ones.
Yes.
Of which Crown is one of them.
Yes.
Yes. We find them okay. The ones who are not very good, they die on the way, because soon people discover that they're not good and they don't go for them. But the ones who are good, we find that they're more specified.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Rakesh Rao, you are the CEO of Crown Paints. How long have you been existing here in Kenya?
I joined in 2005, so I'm here for 12 years.
2005, for 12 years. And how, so far, how have you been doing?
I'm fine. I think if you look at our performance of this company, it's been great. We've been grown by 7.5 times in last 11 years.
Yes.
After my joining.
Yes.
The profit has gone by 10 times, and we have reasonably expanded quite a lot in Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. A lot of employment opportunities created for Kenyans. When I joined, this 125 people used to work. Now more than 850 people work for me now.
Now 850 Kenyans
Yes.
are working.
Yes.
And you joined in 2005.
4 years.
Before you joined this industry here in Kenya? Where was Crown Paint?
No, Crown Paint is established here since 1958. It's been like, it's more than 60 years.
Yes.
It's an old paint company. And there are so many change of ownerships happened.
Yes.
And I think by 98, one of the families called Charania families, they bought this companies. And now, after the new board has been appointed, and I was been selected as a CEO.
Yes.
And since 2005, I'm catering and I'm serving these companies and leading these companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
ALfred Aluvalaa,
Yes.
you are the quantity surveyor.
Yes.
Given that we have many companies, paints companies in Kenya,
Yes.
how do a quantity surveyor choose the paint company to use on a project? Because there are many.
Yes.
So how will you choose them? How will you know that this is what I really need for this building? This I really, when I want you to come and paint, you change the studio. How will you make it? How do you choose the paint?
Okay, quantity surveyors will specify the quality.
The quality,
Yes,
of the paint.
Yes, we will not go and specifically. We used to specify the companies
Yes.
that use paint from this company, but the paint companies complained that we are specifying one company at the expense of the others. So our association, we went for now specifying the quality.
Yes.
And if you find that like the Crown have got that particular quality that we have specified, the standards, we say to this standard, this specification, you will find that now people will now go looking. A contractor who has a bills of quantities that we have written there to this specification, to this standard, he will go there and say that now Company A doesn't have this one, so I think the only company or company A and B have the same. So then they'll have to choose one of them.
Wait a minute. You are talking about the standard.
Yes.
Are there other paints companies that are doing substantive work which is not the standard of it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Anything in the market has got fake and real.
So we have faked paint.
Yeah.
Right in the market.
Oh yeah.
Where are your factories?
Our factory is in Likoni Road, near Likoni Road. We have two factories, major factories.
Yes.
In Kenya.
Here in Kenya.
Yes, we have one factory is on the Mogadishu Road and one factory in Kisumu.
One factory is in Kisumu.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have more other plants in other part of the East Africa. We have 3 plants in Tanzania. One is in Kampala and one is in Kigali.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Crown Paint is operating in East Africa.
Yes.
It's not a company that is operating only here in Kenya.
No, we are a regional company.
Since 2005.
Yes, I think 2007 you can say that. After 2 years I started expanding.
Okay, after 2 years you started exporting to our regional
yes.
brothers.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, Crown Paint is made of, how do you make it? It's made of what? What is the process of making a paint? Because now you have a factory here in Kenya,
yes.
which means that everything you do right here in Kenya.
Yes.
So we are using the product that has been manufactured right here in Kenya.
Yes.
What is the process? How do you make it? Are there other products you bring?
I think the paints, our 90% raw materials are imported.
Okay.
And so we just manufacture here, and we have a process. I think paint being manufactured with the very rigorous processes, quality checks, and through a lot of research and developments.
Yes.
So we manufacture paints. We have most of the grinding machine which we have, and various type of processes required to produce quality paints.
Yes.
So we've been since this company is 1958. We have a lot of partners which we give us a technology transfer also. So paint consists of titanium dioxide, which is a major ingredient. We have additives. We have certain extenders, certain dryers. So all pigments all put together in the paints, and we grind it. We mill it, and then after that once this grinding has taken place, mixing has been taken place, then there's various quality checks been done by various quality departments. You require a lot of instruments to check the quality products has been produced as per standard products has been produced or not. And then once the products has been tested and they being passed to the finally to fill in the cans.
Checking, you have a laboratory?
Yeah, we have a laboratories, we have a full-fledged quality control departments, and they check. They have trained people. They are paint technologists, so they do various checking of the paints, and then after that only paints being passed through and being sold to the market.
Okay.
Yes.
So all those processes are being done right here
Yes,
in Kenya?
yes.
The raw materials are exported?
Raw materials all are imported.
All of them are imported?
5% of materials
Yes.
are being produced here.
What do we produce to our products here, the raw materials here? What are we producing?
To be very frank, there is a certain called chalk mitti, which powder which we generally mix
Yes.
in our economy paints.
Yes.
So that's called MR14. There's only one product, white clay, which we required.
Yes.
Rest of like packaging material being produced here by various packaging industries. But like for example, the raw material for packaging like plastics being imported, tin plates also being imported. So they just mold and make it here, convert into the containers, and then sell it to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aluvalaa,
Yes.
I want you to tell our viewers, as a quantity surveyor, how do you cost the paint that is going to finish a project?
That is not hard for quantity surveyors. When you are building, you are coming up with a construction.
Yes.
The quantity surveyor is able to advise you on the cost of that particular project concerning the paint work, and we have the capability. We have got the technical knowledge of how we can cost it. The first thing is that, first of all, the paint manufacturers post, they have their costs, the cost that goes into producing that paint, either in a tin or the various sizes of tins. So we know how much they are, but we are able also to split it down to the level of how much it is going to cost on the wall, because it is measured in square meters on a wall.
Do they have something moderate, a cheap one? Because you talk of the cost, they have the cost, which means that there is that one of that Masakini Kabisha, that one of you understand. So how is it?
You see, again, as Rao has said, you find that there are various types of paint.
Yes.
Again, they go through various standards, as we have explained.
In fact, that one now makes me ask Mr. Rao, how many types of paint do you make? How many types you produce here in Kenya?
Oh, I think so many numbers. If you talk about more than 80 types of paints.
80 types of
80 to
paint.
90 types of paints, yeah. Our major flagship products is like a vinyl silk, crown vinyl silk, matte emulsions. Then we have gloss paints. In gloss also we have category premium qualities,
Yes.
economy qualities. Same emulsion also we have.
What is the difference between premier quality and economical quality?
Premium generally stay longer. Longevity of the paint is much higher. Is stay for more than 3 to 7 years.
Yes.
And economy paints generally life expectancy is around 1.5 years. So
1.5 years.
Yes.
You need to paint again.
Yes, you need to paint again. Yes. So that's why the reason that for premium the price is a little bit higher, and now most of the market is graduating in understanding the importance of premium brands, and they understand why premium brand to be used, because then you can cut a lot of costs, because once you paint any surface for premium paints, the paint will stay on the wall.
Yes.
On the surface at least more than 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Yes.
I always hear water paint, milk, a lot of I want you to give us explicitly tell us what is the difference between water paint, milk paint, and what are the merits and the demerits of all these two paints?
No, there's a major categories. You can have two. One is water-based paint and one is oil-based paint. So water-based paint, you mix the water in that. In oil-based, you mix the oil.
What are the categories of that is economic?
Okay, no, you have
Which
a both.
class can use water?
Premium also you can find in oil-based, and water-based also you can find premium and economy.
Yes.
Oil-based generally used for protecting steel structures, wooden structures, and maybe cement concrete structures,
Yes.
where you need a lot of gloss, a lot of finish, which can be clean easily, because glossy gloss always have a lot of shine, and emulsions, water-based paint, do not have a shine.
Yes.
So that's basic difference. So wherever you want to use for public places, you want to clean, you want to wash it, then the gloss paints are very, very appropriate to apply. And for generally for home, and you don't want shine on the wall, then generally water-based paint being used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Aluvalaa, Alfred.
Yes.
How does a quantity surveyor decide which paint do I need to use for this particular place? Because you know, there are places that are too hot, there are places that are too cold. We have different weather.
Yes.
Let's say now you are a quantity surveyor, that you have a project, Crown to Paint, you know, they do East Africa, okay, and they have a project in Kigali, and you are the quantity surveyor for that project in Kigali. How are you going to choose the quantity?
Let me first of all come back to the question you had asked me, but I had not quite completely answered it. The cost, how do quantity surveyor cost the paint?
Yes.
As I had said, that quantity surveyors, first of all, the manufacturers will give the cost in the container,
Yes.
tin, whichever size, and then for also out of experience, we have now known 1 square meter of this type of paint is going for so much, and then based on that we can advise the client, this surface, the total surface that you have for your house or your
Yes.
building is so much, and this one is costing so much per square meter, then we are able to advise. Now, coming to your question about how do you choose which paint to give in a particular building, you find that as he said, depending on the area, the particular locality of the building.
Yes.
If it is an area which is frequently traffic, the traffic is high, and the people are bound to touch on the walls, and it's bound to become dirty easily.
Let's say for a school where we have children.
Exactly. Then the oil-based paint becomes really the priority, because then the people who are using there can just take a wet rag and just wipe on it, and the dirt will go. But if it is an area where it is private and you don't want a lot of shining, because oil paint shines, and some areas you want the room to be just a cool area,
Yes.
so you don't want that shine to be, then you may use the water-based paint. So that at least that's now how we choose.
Yes.
The professionals, the architects and the quantity surveyors and those who are involved in the construction, that's how we decide which paint to put in which room.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Rakesh, I want you to also tell our viewers, how does your paint compare cost-wise with other local paints available in the market? How is the cost?
Okay, we being brand leaders, we likely to be 5 to 7% expensive than our any competitors, particularly in talk about top 5 companies in Kenya. But you talk about local companies, which probably more than 30-40 companies are there. If you talk about their product and our products, the cost can be 25-30% higher. The reason is very simple, because we use very high standards of the products. We do not compromise our qualities. The paints always been recognized by the solid content.
Yes.
What is the solid contents in the paints? Our solid content, suppose we charge 25% higher, but our solid contents in paint is also 20% higher. The solid contents remain on the wall after applications, and they generally protect the surface.
Yes.
So our product, even say maybe a local manufacturer, they can say their product is premium, and if talk about Crown product premium, our products will be last longest because of the solid contents.
Yes.
Quality of raw materials, like for extenders, resin. We use a very specific resins on the paints, which is very expensive.
Okay.
Resins is a binder job between the surface and the paints. If you use a poor quality of resins, the paint can peel off very fast. So we use high quality resins. So our ingredients in entire paints or recipes is been highly formulated with the high quality raw materials worldwide.
Okay.
So most of raw materials come from Europe, US, India, and we don't hardly use any material from China. So that's the reason that we always would like to believe in giving the quality and durable products to customers.
The crown paint is all about the quality.
Qualities, yes.
You are just there for the quality.
Qualities, yes.
Nothing, there's no shortcut.
No shortcuts, yes.
We have to give, we deserve the best.
Yes, we want to give the best to our clients.
So you have to crown the best.
Crown the best. Yeah.
Now, how do you market your products? How do you market your paint? You are going to answer that after we come back from a short commercial break. You are watching Up Channel Kenya Business Forum, where business matter. I am your host Felix Adupa. Roles of professional in building industry. We are looking into manufacturers, and I have Crown Paint right here in the studio. Remember to send in your comment. Our Facebook page, Up Channel Kenya. Our Twitter handle is at Up Channel Kenya. Hashtag is Business Forum. You can also send in your SMS. The number will be just appearing right there on your screen. And you can also WhatsApp us. The same number will be appearing right there on your screen. I'll be coming right back. Don't change your channel. Business Forum, where business matter. I'll be right back. You're still watching Up Channel Kenya Business Forum, where business matter. We have the crowned paint. If you like it, you crown it. How do you market your products?
We market our products. We have a distribution channel, and we distribute our product with our distributors. We have contractors. We sell directly to the institutions.
Yes.
We sell directly to the professionals, and generally professionals play a very important roles. Like ALfred, he is one of the person maybe using crown paints for more than 50 years. Maybe when he started his professions.
Yes.
So most of the time professionals are recommend our products and specify our products, and then after that contractors and other people use it. That is like professional sectors, building material.
Yes.
Normal customers generally, they go and buy the paints from the customer distributors, which they sell our brands. And being an old brand of more than 50 years, 60 years in this country, most of the people have a lot of trust in our brand. So generally when people would like to buy a brands, they prefer one brands to be purchased for their house, because it is always given a great service to the customers, and we have a great brand loyalty in the market.
Yes.
So that's what generally channel, and we also train a lot of painters, contractors, distributor salesmen, to make sure that they are aware about the products, quality, features, how the products worked.
Yes.
When the complaints comes and when the question being asked by the various customers, I have these problems, I have that problems, then the people, our people, trained salesmen could able to answer. We also have a call centers where people can call on the call centers and
A customer care center.
Care center. We are the first company started call centers in Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then call centers being addressing all these issues of complaints, product qualities, where I can get my materials, where is my distributors. I'm in, say for example, I'm in Kiambu, how many customers are here, I want to say this shade, particular shade which is like red, is it possible to get it? So then we people advise them, okay, you go to our color centers, like Crown has more than 350 color centers,
Okay.
in Kenya, and we've been giving more than 6,000 shades.
So Crown is covered everywhere in this country.
Yes.
There is nowhere that Crown paint
No
is
chance.
not there.
No chance. You will find everywhere.
Sure.
Yes.
I have not seen where I stay. Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to, when particular hardware shop, because paints are available with all hardware shops.
Oh, so you want to Crown paint, any hardware shops around you
Yes.
will have the Crown paint.
Yes.
ALfred Aluvalaa, quantity surveyor.
Yes.
There's a rumors. I'm yet to establish that fact. If it is a fact, I will use it as a rumors. That you, the quantity surveyors, at times you increase the cost of the building because you want more money. Or is this the opportunity that you, the quantity surveyors, use to lower the cost of the building on paint?
Well, okay, let me correct that wrong notion.
It's a rumor.
Yeah, okay. It's a bad rumor and a wrong rumor. Quantity surveyors do not increase costs. First of all, quantity surveyors advise clients on the cost of the building.
Okay.
And the products that go into that particular building.
Yes.
Because when we tell a client that your building will cost 20 million, they say, now this quantity surveyor has raised the cost. Why can't he make it 15? For us, we are basically telling you, this building, the materials and everything that has been specified will now cost you so much. So prepare, put aside so much amount of money.
Yes.
So we do not increase, we advise, depending on the quality of items that the client has gone for.
Yes.
Take an example. If the client insists on going on premium paint all through his house, of course, as Rao has said, the price will be high because it is on a higher scale.
Yes.
But if the client comes and says that, look, my budget can only allow a 12 million budget cost, then we start telling him that now the design is showing 15. For you to make it 12, can you step down on this? Can you reduce this one? Can you meet this one? We discuss with the client so that he agrees that yes, I cannot go for what I wanted because my budget doesn't allow. So for us, we advise. We don't increase.
So you don't increase.
We don't
So
increase.
that rumor is not...
it is a wrong rumor.
Okay.
Felix, I want to say something.
Yes, Rao.
Generally, the paints, which you say, since you're entering for the paint industry CEO, so I would like to say, the paint is a list cost in any projects. Maximum is 2%. Suppose if you have been
the entire budget
doing paint of building 100 millions, paints cost you only 2 million. So we comes last, and our cost is only 2% in bill of quantity. So major cost of the buildings come from cement, steel, and interiors like sanitation, sanitary wares, and other finishing.
So if I'm having a project of 100 million, in that 100 million, Crown Paint has got only 2%.
2%. And if you're using very high-end finishes, texture finishes, because then maybe it can go to up to 3%, because the texture finishes which you use for exterior, it can give you a life expectancy of more than 10 to 15 years. So then maybe the cost can go by another 0.5% or maybe 1%.
Okay.
So if I add on, you will find that now you can see the decision, the cost depends on the client, the budget. So if the client insists, let me go for top end items, we advise that therefore the total cost will be X. But if the client says that the challenge I have is the budget, then we discuss the client and says that, okay, let's go for this quality here, and then it will bring you to this one.
Okay.
But he has to agree that we have brought him to the level agreeable to him.
Alfred, I'm still on you.
Yes.
You are the quantity surveyor.
Yes.
This association, we have Architectural Association of Kenya.
Yes.
We have Engineering Association.
Yes.
We have the quantity surveyors. And you are one of the big fish in the association. Honorable Treasurer, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, what role does your association play to ensure that there is quality standard of this paint?
When we, first of all, when we discover that a particular material, take an example, paint is of poor quality,
yes,
our association can alert the Bureau of Standards, because we have got the various standards that control the
You mean
quality.
you have that power?
Yes, we
to
can
go
alert.
to the Bureau of Standard
We can
and
write.
say the Crown is doing something we do not understand.
Yes, we do write and say that this material is not good. Can you check? Because they are the ones who will now go to Crown and establish whether it is true that Crown is now producing substandard.
Yes.
So since we are the ones who are in the market interacting with these materials quite often, we are best placed to find out when somebody is putting poor material on the market or not. And then when we find that one, then we alert the various concerned
So the
parties.
association makes sure that what is there in the market is the standard.
Yes, because we are the ones who specify. The architect may say 3 coats of paint this particular type, and then we quantity surveyors, we specify it in the bills of quantities.
Okay.
When we have specified this in the bill of quantities, then when we go to the site, when the building is being put up and they're applying paint, we are able to tell whether that paint is the right one or not. Because when it comes on its surface, we say, no, this one is not coming up the way it went. We want it. And then we read on the tin that, yes, it is specified this one. Then we say, this quality is a problem. There is a problem with this particular type of paint.
Because it can also tarnish your integrity.
Exactly, yes.
Because if you do a project and 1 year, 2 years, the project is looking like a project of 50 years back.
The client will start complaining that, look, I employed Miradi consultants and look at what they brought to my project. And soon word goes around and then you find that your name is spoiled.
Rakesh Rao, as the CEO of Crown Paint Kenya Limited, things have been hard. The economy has been hard. You have almost 850 plus people that you are employing. Recently, several companies have been they have shut down. Others close and they go because the situation is becoming very hostile to the investors. How are you managing this?
I think we've been managing very well. We've process. We work on our internal processes. We work on our cost cuttings, and we're trying to find out where we can able to optimize our resources. We optimize our formulations. We optimize our research and development capacities.
Yes,
and try to control the cost and make sure that the employee is one of the biggest assets for me. He's like my family, and I make sure that the employee who work for Crowns, they've been taken care.
Yes.
Because they build these companies for many years, and we have a lot of trust and a lot of confidence on our manpower and employees. So we make sure that nothing is permanent. The hard time comes and hard time goes.
yes.
And we are very confident that we will manage this time.
So Crown is there to stay.
Yes, Crown.
No matter what circumstances.
Yes, we will be there for next 50 years.
Next 50 years. If you're planning to do a project, Crown is going to be there for next 50 years. That is assurance from the CEO of Crown Paint Kenya Limited.
Yeah.
In that perspective, you know, our system has been infiltrated badly with this epidemic of corruption. It's a very big disaster. Everywhere people are crying. is Saddling Paint also experiencing the same problem, Crown Paint?
No, I think Saddling is our different brands. Probably Crown, we work on our ethics, and being listed companies, we follow a lot of good practices, and we try to make sure that we do not indulge in type of businesses. That's what I'm saying, we sell on merits. We have very loyal customers working with us for 40-50 years. We have loyal professionals like ALfred's and all, which probably recommend our brands. We have a lot of developers and contractors. They're all comfortable with using our brands. So I think being 60 years in this country, we are not in that, we don't come across the situation that, oh, now to sell our brands we have to we have to pay some money or to someone. I think that those practices we don't require, because brand sales on merits. There are certain incidents which we been reported by my people, that here we lost this project, we lost that project because of XYZ reasons,
because you did not give a kickback.
Yes, so we able to stick to our guns. We are able to decide our policies.
I think it is more discouraging if you have lost a project. Let's say a Crown was supposed to paint a project of 1 billion, and because Crown failed to give a kickback to Aluvalaa because he's the main quantity surveyor, then you lost that. How do you feel?
I think
because somebody who is hungry will just go and give a kickback, and Crown at the end of the day is get out of the project.
It's not happen on big projects. Big projects are being managed by very serious professionals, and they have a lot of integrity value, so they do not do that. Okay,
so you go for those one who have integrity.
Yeah. So yes, and in this world is all happen, and probably I think as a Crown being standing out for last 60 years, the value of business is more important than sometimes losing out the business.
You are telling us you are here to stay for next 50 years. You are very confident. I can see that you are very confident that Crown is here to stay for next 50 years. In terms of, we are looking in terms of employment. Crown, are you planning to expand your territory so that we can employ more youth? What is the plan?
No, I think we say, for example, 850 people we are directly appointing, and maybe more than 3,000 people indirectly appointed, because we appointed distributors. We have 800 distributors, and one distributors maybe or 2 or 3 Kenyans working from them. So you talk about 8 into 4. Or 3 into 4, because some of the company employ more than 10 people who are big customers. So indirectly there are 3,000 Kenyans are involved with selling paints.
Yes,
that's only talking of one channel of hardware. You talk of contractors. One contractors may be a team of 20 people. We are dealing with more 100 contractors. So 100 into, talk about 10 people one contractors has. We are talking about another 1,000 people.
Okay.
So likewise, so many institutions and who are using paints, hotel, there are so many institutions using paints to protect their surfaces. So indirectly, like more than 4,000, 5,000 people are being catered indirectly by Crown Paints in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
ALfred Aluvalaa.
Yes.
You're a quantity surveyor, and you have assured us that you prefer Crown Paint, or you can advise when you are doing a project which paint to be used. Okay. Now I have Crown, and I have that assurance from the CEO, because our viewers, they have the assurance from the CEO that their paint is the best. Their paint suits your pocket. Their paint makes you feel comfortable. Now, is it possible I just go to a shop, to a hardware shop, because they have Crown Paint is everywhere. In all the hardware shop, they are selling Crown Paint. Is it possible for me just to walk in a shop, get me 2 tins of Crown Paint? Do I really need a quantity surveyor? I think that one I don't need you, as long as how do you see that?
No, before he comments, I can comment, okay? Because for 2 teams,
You want to assist him?
yes. Okay. There is on Crown website. Our website is one of the most interactive website we have.
Yes.
And Crown website will give you the calculations of the surface. Suppose you know your room by 8 by 10, then another room by 12 by 20, then this wall. You put that measurements in our website. Is called paint calculators.
Yes.
So you can calculate the paint, that total paints is much 8 liters, 20 liters paints comes, and it will also give you the cost that okay, 20 liters paint is going to cost you say 20,000 shillings. So you need not fear. We have a
Mr.
website.
Rakesh, you know you want to get Mr. Aluvalaa out of this thing because by giving all the calculation, so Aluvalaa, you see, you will not be having anything, or we still need you.
There is no way you can
Do without you.
Yes, you cannot do without a quantity, because let's put it this way.
Yes.
What Rakesh is saying that
Yes.
is true, and at the same time it means you have to go and do calculation.
Okay.
But you are an anchor with HCK, Hope Channel Kenya.
Yes.
You may not have time to go and now start measuring your house yourself.
Yes.
The kitchen is so many square meters. You know, for us, we are so trained that when we measure a wall, we can measure the whole of it and deduct the various other aspects which you will not need to paint. So for you, you may just now want to take the area, but for us, we shall need even like any opening, any space that doesn't need that paint, because there are some places where you paint this particular color and then you paint this particular quality and so on and so forth. For us, we are able to come in and calculate and tell you that.
Okay.
But you who may be probably in the media, you are probably a journalist, you are running about hunting for news here and there and doing very many other things. You want somebody else to give you accurate information rather than you trying to take an example. Even you can go and dig the farm yourself.
Yes.
And harvest maize, but you will have put your time in digging as opposed to going to do what you are well trained for, and you miss on that one but get on this one. I don't know which one you'll get the majority, the most of it, but the best out of your work will be what you are doing journalism or anchor or whichever area you are doing. And for me, it will take me a very short time to calculate for you, estimate for you, give you all that one, and then you are accurate.
You are very important.
Yes.
With that, you know, the way you are explaining it to me makes me myself personally, I will not talk about anybody else, but me myself personally, I feel convinced because I don't have time to go and look for the paint.
Yes.
I don't have time to do the calculation. I don't have time to see that this my bedroom needs a white paint. This my sitting room, I need to have this color. So I think it's reasonable.
Yes, you will find that again, the specification, you may know, you as the ordinary Kenyan or Mwananchi, you may not know the particular paint that you may want to get.
Yes.
You may go for water paint when you need oil paint, because they are all there, because you are not well trained to know which paint you want to put in which particular place. But we are able to specify for you and direct you to go and get whichever one. And then at the same time, you may not even want to go and buy yourself, but now you get a contractor who can run around for you.
Okay. Mr. Rakesh Rao, anything unique about Crown Paint that we don't know, and today we want our viewers to know about Crown Paint?
Yeah, I think there are so many things which I would like to tell. Crown Paints has been 60 years. We are only listed company, and so many Kenyans are the shareholders. Okay, so whenever we sell paints, and it's not money going to one family; it's going to various shareholders.
Yes.
We are the only company ISO 9000, ISO 14000, and ISO 18000.
Yes.
We have all certifications. We give a lot of priorities to employee health and safety. We take care of environments. We never have any fault from NEMA, so we also very caring for environments. we are the first companies launch a green paints for this country, where it's called zero VOC, and zero VOC is zero volatile organic chemicals, where most of the times paints generally give you a little bit issues on when you apply on a wall. Certain chemicals when they evaporate, so it sometimes affect health of people or children's. Some of the companies are using a very toxin raw materials in that, so when you apply paints, it's like many companies using lead also in that paint,
so it smells
and it is also very unhealthy, and it can cure burning sensations, it can affect your health and hair. There's a lot of disadvantage and a lot of issues are there. We are the company which come with the green paints, where you can apply a paints and you can use that. Even children are sitting there, or your wife is pregnant, so you can use, and it will not affect, it will not give any toxin fumes. And it is a very healthy paints. You can use it, you can apply a paints immediately, you can move into the house, because many times after applications paints, sometimes you have to away for 2 years, 2 to 3 days, because chemicals react and paints get deposited and through evaporations. A lot of chemicals get out, extenders and then dryers, and then paint remain on the surface.
You're really telling us the technical part, the merits part, the demerits part. So you are giving us something that I think
which is very special, and
very special.
So I think that's what we have been going for green, and look at the global warming and what is happening in this worldwide. We need to be very careful. Kenya is a great country and green countries. We had to really push the green revolutions in this country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rao. Because of our time, I would love to have you here so that you can tell us more and more. And I still believe I'll bring you back. Your last word to our viewers.
I think what I suggest, I tell people that we are one of the brand which we care for people, we care for societies, and when you buy our paints and you invest in our brands, we always believe in giving back to societies. So you support us and we support societies.
ALfred Aluvalaa, your last word in 1 minute.
Thank you, Felix. What I could just say is that it will be good if one were to get probably some of the questions which the viewers may have asked, but we do not have that particular time to answer, probably to answer any questions that may be there. But if they're there, please let us have them and we shall be able to answer them. Quantity surveyor is extremely important for us who are in construction. Anybody who is planning to put up a building or a construction, please consult us, which we are able to help you with the areas where you need to know the information, the type of materials to use, the cost, so that you do not get stuck when you have midstream.
Thank you so much. Keep the conversation flowing. It is Business Forum, where business matters. You have been watching Up Channel Kenya with me, Felix Adupa, Business Forum. Let the conversation flow. Use our Twitter handle at Up Channel Kenya. The hashtag is Business Forum. Our Facebook page, Up Channel Kenya. You can also send in your comment or your question on our SMS line. It will be running right there on your screen. You can also WhatsApp us. The number is just appearing right there on your screen, and we shall be sampling some of your questions. We shall be responding to some of your questions and your comment. Remember to send in your location where you are watching us from. Thank you very much. I've been having my good guest, Mr. Rao.
Thank you.
Rakesh is the CEO of the Crown Paint Kenya Limited, and my resident guest, ALfred Aluvalaa, the CEO of Miradi Consultant, is also a quantity surveyor. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to have you on Business Forum.
Asante sana.
I see you next time again. Don't change your channel, because we have more other program coming up next.